be screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah.
Hello and welcome back, fellow anime lovers, to Cypherfics. I am delighted to have you join us once again in the world of fanfiction and fantasy. This is the fourth part of, What If Issei, Rias Meet Mob Psycho 100. Special note, this fanfic is written and a masterpiece of Esper-from-beyond on FANFICTIONnet. Do check and support the author too. Now smash the like, share and subscribe button for more. Also press the bell icon so that you never miss such great parts. Thanks for the introduction. Now let's dive into the world. The phone call ends. Rias seemed really angry. Guess I shouldn't have tried to hide it from them, but I didn't think they would get into battle so soon. As the leader of the fallen angels, I, Azazel, never had any real experiences with espers, but there sure are rumors about how dangerous some of them are. Frankly, who could imagine we would ever have to worry about espers in our territory? Times sure are changing. Well, I promised Rias that I would explain everything to them, but in fact I don't know much. So I told her I would bring a friend of mine. Actually, I thought about contacting her as soon as I suspected it, but if I was wrong she would never let me hear the end of it. It won't be so hard to convince her to come, she's really interested in espers. I guess we could say that the way I feel about sacred gears, she feels about espers. I pick up my telephone and dial her number. It rings only a few times before someone picks it up. Dark Devil Casino, how may I help you? The voice on the other side is not her, but rather one of her servants. So she still uses her workplace as her HQ? What a workaholic. Hello, Mayumi. Long time no see. Era? Azazel Dano, is that you? The soft voice on the other side answers on a confused tone. Yup, that's me. Listen, there has been a bit of a situation over here and I need to speak with Liliana. Is she over there? This might be a problem. Liliana-sama is here, but she's busy at the moment. Is it important? Yes, it's actually very important for her to know about it. Something weird has happened in the town I'm currently working at and we gonna need her help. Mayumi's gentle tone turned serious after what I told her. Is it related to the Cows Brigade? Just like most of the high-class devils, Liliana and her peerage have been busy dealing with the terrorists as well. No, at least I hope not, but could you please call her? Okay, hold on a minute. The call goes mute for a few seconds and then I hear another voice from the phone. Dark Devil Casino, it's Liliana here, what do you want, Azazel? Ugh, what a way to welcome an old friend. Come on, don't be like that. Like what? The only reason you would be calling me instead of dad or mom is because you need something from me that you can't tell them. I smirk, she is as sharp as always, better get her interested before she hangs up on me. Well, you know, remember when you told me once about those espers from an specific family? Their name was Kageyama, right? Why yes, what about them? If I told you I have one of them right here on Kuo Academy, how fast would you come over? There's a silence on the other side of the line. Azazel, if that's a joke you better stop right there, I'm not in there. Tatsuo Kageyama, son of Shigeo Kageyama and Tatsumaki Tornado of whatever, he is right here in this school and it happens that he came into conflict with Rias Gremory's peerage less than an hour ago. Another silence follows. Are you serious? So that's what Manaki was talking about. Did you notice anything over there? No, it's nothing. Are Rias and her followers alright? Something seems fishy about what she said, but I decide to let it slide since that's not what I called her for. I'm surprised, why do you think they lost the fight? There's no way a Kageyama would lose a fight to them. They are among the strongest espers in history. She is right, apparently Rias and her peerage suffered a crushing defeat by the hands of that brat Kageyama. I don't like admitting it since I am their sensei, but you are right, the Kageyama boy did a real work on them, not even together they were able to defeat him, not even the balance breaker Sekirudii. Amazing, as expected of the Kageyama Espers. But why did they fight anyway? If Tatsuo is studying there he wouldn't have simply attacked them, don't tell me Rias deliberately attacked him. No, nothing like that, in fact he was the one that attacked first. What? Why? We have no idea, just as we have no idea as to why he let them go. He let them go. They didn't escape. No, that's one of the things that's eating my students from the inside and that's why I want you to come. I see, all of this is indeed very weird, so you want me to shed some light on them? Well, it's actually more than that, as you know, there are not a lot of people in the underworld who know about the existence of Espers, Rias included, so she is desperate trying to find out who was the one that kicked their butts and she thinks I can give her an explanation. Seeing that you are the only person I know who is really interested in Espers, I thought you and your friends could pay us a visit and explain it all to them and maybe, well, I was thinking about handing the situation to you, since they already have so much in their hands. I understand, but wait a minute, so they don't know anything at all about Tatsuo? You just said they had a fight and are at the same school. The boy has been hiding his presence ever since he arrived at the academy, so they haven't noticed anything abnormal about him yet, and when in battle it seems that he was wearing some sort of disguise and not even Kaneko-chan, the Nikomata, was able to tell who he was besides the fact that he was human. Disguise? You mean a black robe with a plague doctor's mask, right? This girl, she really knows her stuff. Yeah, how do you? Kaya. I knew it. Tatsuo-kun hides his identity by using those clothes. It's kinda weird, but so cool. She is talking like a fangirl. So, will you come? Of course. Tomorrow at dusk, Ko Academy, right? Expect me and my peerage. She hangs up. Now I'm more worried about how Rias and her will get along. I didn't had much choice, but I hope calling her was the right decision. School is finally over, to be honest, I couldn't really focus on class because of what happened yesterday. But today, Azazel-sensei said he and a friend would clear all our doubts about that. I'm really looking forward to it, everyone seems gloomy after that crushing defeat. Zenobia, Bucho, Akino, Kaneko, everyone is acting eerie. Only Asia is behaving normally, I guess she is just too cheerful to be affected by the danger we were exposed to. After Kiba and Rossweisse woke up, Bucho explained to the ones who were knocked out why the situation we had been exposed was so dangerous. Unknown. Those were the words she used to describe it. The force we faced was not only overwhelmingly powerful, but also unknown, and that's what made her so afraid. She was afraid for us, her servants, afraid she was going to lose us. Bucho really is a kind woman. Gods, angels, fallen angels, devils, legendary creatures, sacred gear users, in every battle we had until now, no matter how powerful the enemy was, we at least had an idea of what he was and what we could do about it. But against that thing, that human, we had no idea. His energy and combat style were completely different from anything we had faced, it was like being crushed and pushed around by an invincible force. I guess even devils tremble at fear of the unknown. We pack our material and hurriedly make our way towards the occult club. Irina is coming with us. Rias told me what happened yesterday, I am so sorry I wasn't there to help. Irina didn't went with us because it was a mission for the Gremory peerage against stray demons. The Alliance's permission only extends to her when we have to fight directly against the Cows Brigade. Don't worry Irina, honestly, I don't know if you would have made much of a difference in the fight, we don't even know what kind of power we are dealing with. Issei trying to comfort Irina. I know, but if I could just have helped Zenobia and Asia I would be happy. Don't worry, Issei-san and Zenobia protected me, it's thanks to them that I'm fine. Asia says it with a smile, Irina smiles back and then looks at Zenobia. What about you Zenobia? Are your wounds completely healed? Yes, I'm fine, Asia's sacred gear helped me make a full recover. Zenobia says it, trying to smile back at her friends, but she doesn't seem happy at all. Even Durandal's full power wasn't enough to bring him down, for what she told us, that thing played around with a legendary sword as if it was a toy. For Zenobia, who puts a lot of trust in her power-type combat, this must have been a huge shock. We get inside the club room. Everyone seems to be here already. The Citri peerage and the rest of the ORC are gathered across the room. Azazel Sensei is on his desk. "Hey Azazel, how long is that friend of yours gonna take?" Bucho angrily asks Azazel. She is probably the one who wants answers the most. "Don't worry, she'll be here soon. She wants to clarify this situation as much as you want, so trust me, she will come." We get in and sit down. I look at Kiba and Rossweisse. They seem fine now, but they were the ones who took the most damage in the fight. "Kiba, Rossweisse, I was so worried. How are you feeling?" Irina asks as she leans forward to hug them. Kiba gives a refreshing smile and Rossweisse laughs. "We are fine now, Irina-chan, thanks for your concern." "Thank God, when Rias told me what happened I got so worried that I prayed to Lord Michael watch over you." She makes a pose as if she is praying. This girl can be so energetic, even in a situation like this. "I'm also glad to see you two are back to health." As soon as Kiba sees me, he makes a serious face and looks down. "Issei, Bucho told me that you got injuries even though you were with your armor." "Yeah, that guy's power was no joke. I got some damage, but in the end I was alright." And Kaneko said that he was a human with no sacred gear at all. Sincerely, just what the hell was him? "That's what we are all here to find out," Azazel interrupts. "Who is that friend of yours anyway? A fellow fallen angel?" Saji asks Sensei, but he shakes his head. "No, she's a devil. I'm pretty sure Rias and Sona might have already heard about her." "So it's a woman, huh?" Bucho asks, throwing a glance at Sensei. He then shrugs. "Yeah, I might have spoiled the surprise a little." "Oh, so it's gonna be a girl? Is she a pure devil like Bucho and Kaicho?" "But even if you say it, there's no way we can guess with just that." I stop to think for a while, but I can't think of anyone we know that could be related to what happened to us. Rossweisse turns to Bucho. "So you told Irina about what happened?" "Yes, Irina is not only our friend, but in the face of an unknown threat we must spread information about it to as many reliable people as we can." "I see, if the power of that thing was able to take us down, then it could represent a threat to the angels and fallen angels as well." Frankly, the Gremory clan worries too much. Is it because you are the sister of the Mao?" This voice, I look at the door and around the room. But no one else is here. Everyone starts searching and looking around, but there is no one else besides us. Rossweisse even opens the windows to see if there's anyone outside. Fufufu, confused. "It's to be expected." The voice is coming from inside our heads. "Where are you? Reveal yourself." Bucho shouts. Era, quite daring of you, seeing how you just got defeated and already want to fight again. Reveal yourself immediately." A red aura envelopes Bucho's body. Whoa, scary. "Wait, Rias, this voice, I recognize it from somewhere." Sona says it with an analytical gaze, but Azazel Sensei speaks before she can finish. "Stop with that, Liliana, you shouldn't be using Mayumi to mess with people's minds like that." "Boo, you really are no fun, Azazel." "What? The voice knows Sensei." "Liliana?" Both Bucho and Kaicho say with a surprised expression on their faces. "Open." The door opens and 4 appealing women and an old man make their way inside. The geezer and 2 of the girls are laughing loudly while another one has a hand in front of her mouth covering her giggles. Only the glasses girl of the bunch has a neutral expression. "Who are they?" Azazel Sensei puts his hand on his forehead. He seems troubled. "Frankly, to think that you would already start things like this, you sure know how to make an entrance." The girl who Azazel just addressed has long silver hair and golden eyes. She's almost the same height as Bucho and seems to be slightly older than her in Akino-san, maybe around the age of rossweisse. But what called my attention the most is her dark skin, a brown tone that reminds me of Kateria Leviathan from the old Mao faction. Are they related somehow? She just keeps laughing while answering Azazel. She has quite a flashy appearance, with ornaments and jewelry on her arms, neck and ankles. She has the looks of a foreigner. Ha ha ha, sorry Azazel, you know we had to do it, the look on their faces was priceless, ah ha 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 ha. A tall woman with red eyes who looks like an Amazon laughs too. Ha 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 ha, to think that they tried to stand against a member of the Kageyama family, that's just precious. Ha 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 ha. TSK, what are they talking about? Their laughing is starting to PSS me off. A girl with purple hair and delicate features, who was holding back her laugh when she came in, speaks to her friends while looking at me. Era Liliana-sama, I think that the Sekirudii is starting to get mad at us. What? Did I said it out loud? No, you didn't, I just happen to have a very good hearing, fufufu. Again. How is she doing it? You still haven't realized yet? You sure are slow, aren't you? She says this without taking her smile out her face. She's reading our minds Issei. Bucho explains it. Era, as expected of the crimson-haired ruin princess, you saw right through my trick, you fufu. What? Reading our minds? That's her power. Very well, I guess it's time for introductions. Azazel sensei stands up and walks between our groups. He stands next to the dark-skinned girl. Rias Gremory, this is Liliana Kame, heiress of the House of Kame. The girl proudly points at herself. I've never heard anything about the House of Kame before, but I can see that they all seem rather strong. That would be me. And this is my peerage. She then prepares to introduce us to the other three girls and to the old man who are all standing by her side. Their appearances are very distinct, but they have one thing in common, a mysterious air that surrounds them, even though I feel no malice from them. But most importantly, all the girls are very appealing. They have really nice melons too. I can't help shift my gaze down so I can steal a glance at their épée, but just as I'm doing it. Era, so this is the legendary épée dragon? I'm gonna get mad if you keep having dirty thoughts about us. CRP. I forgot that she can read minds. Disgusting. The glasses girl who until now had not said a word says this, I'm sorry for being lecherous. Liliana stands between us and her peerage and gestures towards the purple-haired girl with matching eyes. Okay, so this girl who can read minds is my queen, Mayumi Kanagawa. Pleased to make your acquaintance. She gracefully bowed towards us, SHT, I can't help but notice how pretty and delicate she looks. Fufufu, thank you. She says it while looking at me. I can feel Bucho glaring daggers at me, then I feel a pinch on my ear. What exactly were you thinking, Issei? A woman who can read minds is a huge problem for a pervert like me. Ah Bucho, it's not what you were thinking. Calm down princess, he was just thinking that I'm pretty, you shouldn't be jealous of a middle-class devil like me, fufufu. The girl answers it with a smile, she's clearly enjoying this. And did she just said middle-class devil? So she's a rank higher than me? Ahahaha, it sure is good to be young. Ha 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 ha. The old man with a white beard suddenly starts laughing, that's not funny. This reliable geezer here is my bishop, Henry Gallard. Nice to meet you, young ones. He says it while stroking his beard and giving a laugh. This old man is short, has black eyes and wears an attire that seems to be a classical noble's clothing. His carefree attitude reminds me of the Norse chief god, Odin. Be careful geezer or you might end up having a slide. The tall woman with long white hair who looks like an Amazon says it to the old man. This strong woman is my rook, Diz. Yo. The girl simply says it while making a V sign with her hand. Of all the members of the bunch, this woman is the one who gives me the strongest impression. Even though she's a woman, she's way taller than me and I can clearly see her toned muscles. She definitely gives off the air of a rook. She's even wearing pants and a leather jacket that make her seem even more like a delinquent. And last, but not least, my knight, Manaki Ishida. Can we just end this and go home? The girl with long blue hair and glasses seems annoyed. She has red eyes just like their rook, which contrast even more with her blue hair. She has a poker face and a cold attitude. If it wasn't for her words it would be pretty hard to read her. Bucho then stands up and greets our new guests. It's a pleasure to meet you, we have heard a lot about you. Liliana makes a surprised expression. Oh, have I become so famous that even the sister of the Mao knows who I am? I have the dream of reaching the top of the rating games, so obviously I would know who you are, you too, right Sona? She turns to Kaicho, who nods. You are a rising star ever since you debuted in the youth games of your generation. Of course we would go through you during our research about the rating games. Liliana makes a pouty expression. Mao, hearing games of your generation from a high school student makes me feel like an old lady, but I'm also happy to be so famous that both Mao's sisters know about me. Sona's peerage and the older members of Bucho's peerage seem to be on the same page as her, but me, Zenobia, Asia, Irina and rossweisse don't understand what they are talking about. I never heard about Liliana Kame or her peerage. Are they really that famous? I get close to Kiba and whisper. Sorry, but who is she? He turns to me with a nervous expression. We can explain it later, but summing it up, she is quite a celebrity in the underworld and has won all the rating games she has been in. I see. All the games. DMN, so if we are aiming for the top of the rating games then she'll obviously be an obstacle in our way. You are famous in the underworld after all, and by what your queen said, I take it you already know who we are, right? Of course, the whole underworld knows the famous peerages of Sona Citri and Rias Gremory. The girl then takes a pause and smiles before continuing. And I think everyone would be really disappointed if they discovered how the Crimson Princess and her warriors were all humiliated by a human just yesterday. Fufufu. Bucho makes a click with her tongue. Everyone has the same angry look on their faces. She is taunting us for our defeat. She's got some nerve, this Liliana. Hahaha, come on, don't get so angry at me. It was just a joke. It's not like the human you faced was normal and anyway. What is she saying? We know that he wasn't normal, but what does she mean by anyway? Azazel told us you would be able to explain what happened and who that person was. Bucho says it in a still angered tone. Yes, I can. Well then, let us begin by the most basic. Liliana then summons a notebook on the table. First of all, do any of you know what the word Esper means? Esper. Saji questionates. Kiba is the one who answers her. People who are able to use psychic abilities such as moving objects with the power of their minds. She gives a smile. Ding ding ding. A simplistic and incomplete explanation, but correct either way. Are you saying that what we faced was an Esper? That's ridiculous, they are urban legends. Bucho interrupts Liliana's explanation. I've already read and watched movies about Espers and I always thought that they were urban legends too, but to be honest, I also thought devils and dragons didn't exist just a few months ago. So I don't see any reason to not believe that Espers might also exist. It is true that are legends regarding them, but they are just legends, right? Liliana reveals a mischievous smile and asks. Are you sure of it? What do you think about this, Mayumi? We shift our gaze to look at her queen, but she is not here anymore. When did she left? I never left, I'm right here. What? How? Behind us. We turn our back and we see Kanagawa-san with a smile on her face. Well, Rias, as a devil you should be more open-minded. Actually the thing is. Mayumi, do it. Liliana orders and the elegant girl lifts a hand in the air and everything in the room starts floating. Including us. Whoa, put me down. I scream. It's like the gravity has been removed from the room, everyone is floating. Yay! Higher, higher. Irina-chan. Stop acting like a child in a situation like this. I am getting dizzy. I hear Gasper's voice from inside one of the floating boxes. Hey, when did you got inside that? I think that's enough. Yes, Oju. After Liliana said this, the girl claps her hands and everything is put back on its place, even the objects who were flying around are put back at their rightful places. Liliana then stretches her arm pointing at her servants and declares. The thing is, my whole peerage is composed of highly skilled espers. What? This is absurd. All of them. Azazel-sensei speaks up. That's why I brought her here, she's probably the one who knows most about espers in the whole underworld. Bucho seems very shaken, the levitation just now caught everyone off guard. So, espers are real, I've already heard about how dangerous some of them are, but to think that not only they did exist but that one of them would appear in my territory. Sona is no better. So they were not just legends, what a frightful existence. Liliana, on the other hand, seems truly excited. Yes. But that's not all there is to it, the one you all happened to meet yesterday was no less than one of the strongest espers in history. What? From all the espers we could meet, our first encounter was with someone who is labeled one of the strongest in history. And who was he? Stop playing around and tell us. Zenobia asks, she probably wants revenge for what happened. No, all of us want to do something about it. Liliana looks at Azazel with a confused expression. So, they really have no idea, huh? Azazel shrugs. I would have told them, but I think it's better if you explain it. She then puts her hand on her chin as if she's thinking about something. Then she snaps her fingers and smiles. Very well then. She opens the notebook and turns it to an empty wall. Okay, now pay attention. From the notebook a large hologram is projected on the wall opposite to it and a video starts playing. Screams. Whoa, right in the start of the video there are buildings being destroyed, cops, soldiers and even military tanks, the people seem to be looking and pointing somewhere. The video seems to have been filmed by a professional camera, the logo of a broadcasting channel can be seen on the bottom left and there's a text that occupies the bottom of the screen that reads. S-rank hero Tatsumaki saves the day. Tatsumaki? Who is that? Crash. Suddenly the sound of something collapsing can be heard and the camera switches focus. A huge serpent-like creature is destroying buildings as it passes. It's enormous, larger than a skyscraper. And flies and jumps crashing everything on its path. Worse. It can fly as well. Boom. The tanks and military open fire at the creature, but it doesn't seem to be taking any damage. An attack helicopter approaches it from the air and starts shooting at it. The snake attacks and bites the helicopter. It's crushing it on its jaws. But suddenly, the snake opens its mouth wide, like it was opened by force. The helicopter, that in its current state should be incapable of flying, starts floating in the air and gently lays on the ground. Soldiers come out of the helicopter, they seem unharmed. The camera zooms in a small figure flying close to the snake. A small girl with green hair is floating on the air with what seems to be a green aura around her. What is she? The snake coils around a building and charges at the little girl. Blam! The girl lifts one hand and a huge truck comes flying at the creature's head. The serpent drops to the floor, but it doesn't seem to stop. It pierces the street and goes underground. The girl lifts her hand in the air and the ground breaks as the serpent is pulled out of it, then it floats high in the air. After that she closes her hand. Wow! The creature is compressed like it was nothing. All 100 or 200 meters of it are reduced to a ball of scales and BLD. The girl then floats along with the ball, places on top of the military truck which was really close to the cameraman filming the situation. I can see her much more clearly now, she's a small girl, with green hair and a black dress, but what attracts me the most about her is the eyes. Aside from being of a appealing green color, those cold eyes have an analytical and stern gaze that seem to be staring down at you. I swear I saw it somewhere before. She talks to what it seems to be the leader of the military forces. He makes a salute to her. She seems to be rolling her eyes and really mad at him. She then flies away while people are heard shouting words of love and praise to her. The video is cut off and then appears a man and a woman who seem to be anchors of the broadcasting channel whose logo was on the video. The man says, "Our cameramen were fortunate enough to get this footage of an attack that happened this afternoon in K-City. The S-rank hero, Tatsumaki, also known as Tornado of Terror, saved the town in seconds from a dragon-level threat monster." Wait, dragon level? I really don't like the sound of this. The woman then says, "It is good to know that heroes such as her are watching over the constant threat of monsters attacking our cities." The video then ends on a black screen. We look at each other, none of us understood what happened. Bucho is the first to speak. "What was that? Who was this girl?" "That was Tatsumaki, Tornado of Terror. She is one of the strongest espers alive. Her telekinetic abilities are something that are yet to be measured." Kiba asks, "How can such a child be so powerful?" "Well, that's the funny thing, she was 28 when this video was shot." "What, 28? She looks 14 at the most." "You know, a long time ago, before you and I were even born, when the three great powers were too busy killing each other to even give a DMN about the human world, people like her were responsible for protecting mankind. There was a group named the Hero Association, who gathered talented people from all over the world to protect the human society against monsters and demons. This girl was one of those heroes." I gulped down before asking, "Heroes like the Hero faction?" I can't help but associate the two names, but Liliana gives me an angered stare. Don't even compare the two things. Tatsumaki-sama is a real hero. She was considered one of the strongest creatures in the world before her retirement. Creature? Was this girl so strong that they put her on the level of a creature? And why did they just went out of the map? Why there is no longer any register about them? Sona asks and Liliana sighs with a sad expression. After most of the monsters had been killed or driven away and after the three factions started making systems to hunt stray demons, evil spirits, and monsters themselves, the Hero Association started to decay and wasn't anymore all that necessary. Obviously heroes like her had a lot of enemies, so they used all of their resources and influence to make sure all the records and memories of people like her were turned into urban legends. There are many espers around the world, but they are all hiding and working under the radar. So there were people like that. Sona says it and Bucho looks at Sensei. You were hiding this from us, weren't you, Azazel? Sensei shakes his head. No, I obviously knew about this Hero Association, but I only knew about these espers because of Liliana. There are many humans around the world that hunt supernatural beings and I was always focused on sacred gears, so I didn't exactly pay attention to how exactly the non-sacred gear users were doing it. Bucho doesn't seem to be exactly believing Sensei's explanation but Liliana intervenes. Don't blame Azazel, princess, most existences in the underworld don't know anything about espers. It's not exactly all the espers that fight against the supernatural and those who fight don't exactly leave evidence behind. What do you mean by it? I ask. She just said a rather scary thing. Liliana gives an impish smile. Exactly what you are thinking. There are weak espers in this world just like there are weak devils in the underworld, but those who don't want to fight can just live a normal life. However, if an esper is strong, or if he becomes strong, and decides to fight against the likes of us, there are only two ways it ends. You either die or you'll somehow escape but have no clue of what happened, just like you guys. Everyone has a terrified expression listening to what Liliana just said. Wait, so even now they are still hunting us? Thought you said they had retired. Liliana nods her head. And they did, but as I said, there are still many young Espers around the world, their powers allow them to sense the supernatural and battle them. A lot of Espers work for money or just for fun, hunting and exorcising, devils, monsters, yokais and the like. Frankly, there are even some youths who came up with a motto: strike first, strike fast. Strike fiercely, they call it 3SF. After saying this, Liliana starts laughing by herself. Sorry, I just find it kinda cringy, so I can't help but laugh when I say it out loud. Bucho ignores Liliana's remark about the scary motto we just heard and asks. The one who was hunting us was paid for that? Bucho asks, but Liliana shakes her head. I don't think so, but I also don't believe he was doing just for the heck of it. I think there was something else behind his motivation. And what was it? She shrugs. Guess I'll have to figure it out. So she doesn't know. The point is, Tatsumaki was actually a rather big exception of an Esper who received the spotlight. Most Espers who actually get famous disguise themselves as mere exorcists or psychics who just read the future and see spirits, so most people don't know about them. Bucho sighs. Alright, I understand, but is this girl connected to what happened? Liliana smiles. Actually she is. For you guys to have a better idea, check this other one. Another video? Can't you just tell us who are dealing with? You know who he is, right? Zenobia says it. Liliana sighs and puts her hand against her forehead. Yes, I do know who he is, but you lot didn't know about the existence of Espers until yesterday. If I simply tell you about it, the chances of you believing in me are low, but if I show, you might get the message better. The video starts playing. Again, a lot of military personnel are around the camera, but this time there are also people on white clothes that appear to be scientists or doctors. They seem to be surrounding a mountain area. This time there is no broadcasting logo or anything of the kind, just a timer on the corner of the video. Tremble. The ground visually shakes and smoke starts coming from one of the mountains. One of the men dressed in white comes in front of the camera and looks at a watch on his wrist. He then looks at the sky and speaks at what seems to be a transmitter. It should be soon. Is Lady Tatsumaki ready? Another voice coming from the radio speaks. Yes, I am. Could you idiots hurry this up already? I want to go home. This is the first time I hear her voice. It really sounds like that of a child, and a bratty one to that. Krek krek. It's now. Record it. Record it. The scientist points at one of the mountains. The camera zooms in there and we can see that the mountain is starting to crack. Then suddenly, boom! The mountain and a large part of the floor explodes and a smoke covers the area. From the smoke a large shadow starts to emerge. Huge! It's bigger than the mountain surrounding it. When the enormous silhouette leaves the smoke we can finally see what it is. An enormous reptile-like creature. It looks like a dinosaur, but it's too huge. I've never heard of a dinosaur like this one. I am the ancient king. I've been awakened of my slumber, and now that the other kings have been defeated, it's the terror lizard clan's turn to rule over this world. The monster can talk. What the hell is up with it? I see, so it's that guy. Drake speaks so everyone can hear. Yes, it's him indeed. How interesting. Saji's Vritra also spoke. What's going on? Drake? Do you know that thing? Yeah, Vritra, you said something too, right? Partner, that creature is the ancient king, one of lizard kind's last survivor. His power was probably on the level of a dragon king when he ruled over the land. Apparently, after the dinosaurs went extinct he went into sleeping for millions of years. I didn't knew he had already woke up. So you knew him, Drake? Azazel-sensei asks. Yes, though we never got close to fighting. This creature ruled over the dinosaurs for millions of years and was a strong competitor even to the dragon race. It is not an opponent to be taken lightly. The red one is right, this guy was a monstrous existence. There were even dragon kings who wanted nothing to do with him. So he was that kind of existence? Saji asks with scared eyes. Ha 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 ha. Liliana laughs at the dragon's words. What is it? I ask her. Saji also looks at her with curious eyes. She points at the screen and says. Just keep watching. Several machines shoot missiles on the creature, to no avail. The scientist speaks. We are now leading the target towards Point Bravo. Then another voice answers him. It seems to be coming from some sort of communication equipment. Understood, we are inbound and on schedule. We'll shortly be on top of Bravo. A plane flies over the area and from it a small figure comes out. It's the same girl as before, Tatsumaki. She flies out of the plane and lands on the ground right in front of the creature. What is she doing? This is suicide. I hear Bucho saying, I understand, even from a screen I can feel the huge pressure that the monster gives. It's much stronger than the monster on the other video. This is one of my favorites. Liliana speaks like she's watching a movie. Is she even taking this seriously? The girl looks like a tiny dot close to the monster. And who are you? The monster asks the girl. Why is she not doing anything? The camera zooms at the little girl on the ground. She is talking on the phone. She's talking on the phone with her back turned to the monster. Does she want to get killed? So that's how much confidence she has on her power. Truly a frightening existence. Draig? Vritra? Fufufu. All the members of Liliana's peerage are laughing at the remark of the two dragons. I look at Bucho and the others. They not only seem surprised, but nervous as well. We don't know what to expect from this. Ha, who are you? The monster speaks after noticing the girl. We can't hear what she is saying, but it seems like she's still talking on her cell phone while ignoring the monster. Weirdo? The monster asks. Ha. Did she call him weirdo? Listen well. I am the ancient king. As ruler of the dinosaurs who once ruled this planet, I stand above all the other life forms. Tatsumaki turns to the monster and it seems like she's yelling at him. She just interrupted that thing's monologue. What's with that bravery? She doesn't seem scared at all of that huge monster in front her. The monster lowers its head to look at her. Are you done now? The monster seems to have lowered its tone. Are they talking to each other? They actually seem to be exchanging words. Event though we can't hear what the girl is saying. Suddenly the monster lifts its head again. Act brave while you can, little runt. Its tone rises again, now it seems really mad. Stomp. He stomped on the girl. There's no way she. Wait, the huge monster then looks to his left, the girl is floating right next to him. Amazing. I didn't even see her moving. Kiba says that, so not even our fastest member could see her movements. DMN, Espers sure are scary beings. So you aren't totally helpless. The monster says looking at girl. But if you intended to do something against me, you're gonna need something at the level of a huge meteor to do it, kid. Meteor? He's probably talking about the thing that made him go into hiding millions of years ago. Ah, I see, dinosaurs were killed by a meteor after all. Whoa, the monster opens its mouth and a huge energy starts forming on it, like Tannen Asen's fireball. There's no way a human can survive that. But before the creature can unleash the blast. Doom! A huge meteor falls on top of it. An enormous crater is formed on the ground. And the monster is dead. The next close-up shows its enormous skeleton completely roasted on a crater on the ground. The video ends with Tatsumaki flying out of the scene, with the scientists and soldiers cheering at her. So that's why I didn't heard about his awakening. Frankly, to think that one of my rivals would be slain like that, what a shame. Really? That's all you gonna say about it? What? What was that? Where did that meteor came from? She destroyed that huge creature just like that. I can't keep quiet anymore. Does this mean that the man we fought could have done this to us if he wanted? Espers are monsters. How she did that? No magic in the world can do what she. Bucho seems confused and scared. That's the beauty of it, Rias, that wasn't magic, it was psychic. I want to show you these videos so you can understand better what you are up against. The man you faced yesterday had a power comparable to hers. In fact, there's one last video you guys need to see. What? Another one? Yeah, we're getting fed up with this. If you know the name of the guy who attacked Hayato and his friends, then tell us already. Zenobia and Saji say angrily. Zenobia, Saji, please understand, I think I see the importance of this now. This time it was Bucho who answered Zenobia. Bucho? Do you remember when we watched the videos of the other devils rating games so we could better understand them? This is no different. I want an explanation as much as you want, but I believe these videos can give us something that mere words cannot. Yes, Bucho is right, I wouldn't believe that a human could have this level of power if someone were to simply tell me that. If Liliana believes that there is more for us to see before she can explain things, then I'll believe her. Sona nods her head and speaks to Saji. It's true, these videos allow us to analyze the enemy. Weren't you worried that we could get into a fight with him without knowing anything, Saji? He then scratches the back of his head. Well, it's true, but... Liliana smiles. Finally you understand. Don't worry, this will be the last one. After that, I'll answer any questions you may have. She presses a key and another video starts playing. This one is much different from the others. The camera is definitely an amateur, probably from a cell phone. The scenario is some sort of town, but the place is completely trashed. There's wreckage everywhere, cars upside down, and a strong wind seems to be blowing. Looks like a hurricane just passed. Then the camera starts moving and zooms on what actually seems like a hurricane, a strong gust of wind and energy that's flowing in the center of the street. It's moving. And there seems to be someone inside of it. The camera zooms in and we can see a figure covered by a dark-colored overwhelming aura with its hair floating upwards inside of the hurricane. The creature turns its head and stares at the camera. What the hell is this thing? Are you feeling this as well, Vritra? Yes, what a fierceful power. I can hardly think of a word to describe it. I hear them saying. But I can understand it. When I look at my hands I find out that I'm shaking. This is amazing. Even if it's just a recorded video, I can still feel the enormous pressure that the thing gives. Monstrous. Kaneko-chan says that, since she's the most sensible about energies, she must be feeling much worse than me. The man holding the camera screams in panic, turns its back and starts running. It's the end of the video. What was that? I am the first to questionate what I saw. That was the other strongest Esper alive. One day, an accident happened and made him completely lose control of his powers for a moment. Not even the Japanese security forces were able to stop him. He destroyed an entire section of the town just by walking through it, and he was only 14 when this accident happened. Today he is much stronger. What? 14? Scary. That was really scary. Espers are definitely monsters. The accident ended just as mysteriously as it began. No one knows exactly what caused it. This time was Kanagawa-san who said it. And what his name is? Bucho asks. Liliana-san smirks. That's the great surprise of the day. Surprise? You know, Tatsumaki is a woman and the boy in that video is now a grow-up too, and by some fate they actually met and became a couple. Do you know what is their family name now? She says it with an impish smile. The boy's name is Kageyama Shigeo, from Seasoning City, and now Tatsumaki is Kageyama Tatsumaki as well. Everyone in the room gasps. What? Kageyama Shigeo? Bucho speaks as to confirm what she heard. You mean the same Kageyama as in Kageyama Tatsuo? Zenobia asks. Liliana smiles. Is she finding this situation funny? Ding ding ding. You are right. He's now much older and powerful than when this video was shot, but he's still the same Shigeo Kageyama. So are you saying that the woman and this man? Akino-san seems nervous and Liliana answers right away. They are Tatsuo's parents. What? No way. There's no way Tatsuo is a monster like them. He sure looks scary, but. This is impossible. Kageyama-kun is in the same class as me, Zenobia, Asia and Irina. We would have felt something if he was this powerful. I can't believe what she said, someone as powerful as him was that close to me this whole time. He could have killed me like that monster if he wanted to. Liliana looks at me with an annoyed expression. Idiot. Do you think someone as powerful as him wouldn't be able to hide his presence if he wanted to? But not even Kaneko-chan. I look at Kaneko-chan, she's looking down with a sad face. I'm sorry Bucho, sorry Issei-san, even if I am Nikomata, I couldn't. Liliana lifts herself from the chair and looks seriously at Kaneko-chan. Don't blame yourself, you were not only dealing with a power unknown to most devils but also with something that could rival even the strongest among us. That doesn't seem to have worked much, but Kaneko does look a little less sad. Oh okay. You say they are his parents, but in Tatsuo's register there was nothing about Tatsumaki. In fact, his mother had a complete different name in there, but I take that it was a fake name, was it not? Bucho asks with a hand under her chin. Yes, Tatsumaki-sama had many enemies during her career, so every time she registers for something, she uses one of her many fake IDs. To think it would even bypass us. Sona speaks with a sorrowful expression. Hey, you guys aren't thinking of expelling him, are you? That would be very suspicious, he would know that you figured out his identity. Bucho shakes her head. Of course not only he would be suspicious, but the other students would too. We wouldn't do something so reckless. Liliana nods saying, good, very good. Now tell me one thing, did any of you saw Tatsuo's aura? Me and all the other members of the Gremory peerage nod. What color was it? I tilt my head in confusion. Well, how do I explain, it had many colors. Akino-san agrees with me. Blue, orange, green, red, purple, yellow, it seemed like something out of this world. It's true, his aura didn't have a definitive color and instead was like a multicolored show moving around him. That was a first time of seeing something like that, which only made him an even scarier existence. I see, so he got it from his dad, huh? She says something with a smile on her face, but she almost whispers it so I can't listen. What did you say? No, nothing, it's only useful to me, don't worry about it. Only useful to her. What is she talking about? But before I can start to elaborate on that, Bucho calls to her. Liliana-san, do you have any videos of Kageyama-kun? No, unfortunately he's the kind that avoids the spotlight, but a magic seal appears on her hand, a magazine materializes on it. Now, just let me see. She starts going through the pages of the magazine. Here. Found it. She then opens it to us. The headline says, Child of Tatsumaki and her husband, Shigeo Kageyama, is finally born. People want to know what the future reserves for the newborn celebrity. But there's not even a photo on this headline. I ask her, it's really weird, the only picture is one of Tatsumaki's face, but there is none of Shigeo or Tatsuo. Well, no one in the family is actually interested in media, so there are no photos of him. Just a rumor about the suit he uses when on duty. A crow suit. Bucho says, Tatsuo was using a black robe with a crow's mask when he attacked us last night. Yes, to be more precise, it's a plague doctor's suit. So, that was the work of an Esper. To think that we would be targeted by those people now of all times. Everyone in the room looks at Zenobia. What? She knows about Espers. Zenobia-san, do you know something about them? She sighs before answering. After what Liliana said, she seemed to be much calmer. When I still worked with the church, there were rare occasions where the church's power wasn't enough, In those times a special group was called, people referred to them as Espers. They were a really closed community and even the church was afraid of their powers, so they were only called when the situation was totally out of hand. Irina then joined Zenovia's explanation. Yes, even though we never got to work with them, people talked about them like they were urban legends. We Thogot Espers was just a nickname to them. No one knew exactly who they were, but all we knew was that they were really strong. W8. So why you two didn't said anything? Zenovia puts a troubled expression and Irina puts her tongue out and scratches the back of head. Simple, we didn't believe on them, sorry. What? Like Irina said, Espers are something of a urban legend. All we know about them is their legendary power of exorcism. Exorcism? Are you talking about the power that can completely erase a demon? E-exorcism? What do you mean? Zenovia shakes her head. I don't know the details, all I know is that they could kill creatures in a way we never could. Liliana-san, who until now was looking with interest at Zenovia, says. I know what you are talking about. Eh? You do. Everyone turns to look at Liliana-san. Then please, explain to us. She looks at us and says. Well, a thing that most Espers have in common is their power to contact the spiritual world, and most of them can use their powers to exorcise evil beings such as ghosts, yukais, and us, demons and fallen angels through their powers. That's why I said that Espers don't leave evidences behind. That's it? So they are not much different than the priests then? Well, priests also have that power, it surely is dangerous, but... Liliana then lifts a finger. But... Unlike priests and holy swords, all an Esper has to use to cause spiritual damage to us is the power of their mind, which means we could be killed by a simple wave of hand or slap from one of them. What? Is that true? Impossible. Bucho says it with a worried expression. What a monster. Sona speaks. Wait. Then why do you have your whole peerage composed of Espers? Aren't they a threat to you as well? After all, she's a devil too. Exorcism powers are definitely trouble for a devil. The Amazon girl clutches her fist at me with a furious expression. Oi, you better watch your words, brat. Wah. Even thought she's pretty, she has a really scary expression. And her big body is really intimidating. Liliana lifts her hand in a sign to stop. Don't sweat it, Diz-chan, they are beginners after all. For your information, Sekuyurie-chan, I trust my servants with my life. What's more, I also have something quite fantastic. Fantastic? Now she got me curious. What is it? Not telling. Ugh. She's really getting on my nerves. What are we supposed to do then? Sona asks and Liliana gives us a thumbs up. Don't worry, from now on you can leave this to us. For starters, could you tell me where Kageyama-kun is right now? I shake my head. Sorry, but he didn't came to class today. Liliana's expression suddenly drops at my answer and it looks like she's really mad. Was it something I said? Eee. What is up with it? Even though I came all the way here. Azazel, you told me he would be here. Sensei shrugs. I told you he was studying here, it's not my fault if he decided to slack off today. Wait. How dare you? Rias Gremory, if I find out Kageyama-kun didn't make to school because of your peerage, I won't forgive you. Wah. What is she saying? It was we who nearly got killed yesterday. But Bucho pays no heed to her complaints and simply answers. If you want to see him that badly, I can give you his phone number, he registered it in the school form. Kaya. Are you crazy? There's no way I can call Kageyama-kun so out of the blue when he doesn't even know me. Yeah, she's right, especially on a situation like this, though I still can't think about how she plans to explain things to him. I understand, sorry. Bucho says. Liliana-san then pulls out her cell phone. Okay, tell me. Tell you what. His phone number. But didn't you said? Just because I can't call him now doesn't mean I can't have his number. Please just tell me. Why is she acting like a fangirl? SHT, having a beauty like her interested in you when you don't even know her. DMNU Tatsuo. Go to hell. Bucho gives Liliana the phone number, she seems much happier now. Fufufu, well, now that this is solved, it's still a problem having an Esper as strong as him in this town, especially if he thinks you are his enemies. Azazel, could you come with us for a while? Wait, Liliana-san, I have a question for you as well. Sonakaishu asks. Oh, and what is it? Liliana says, tilting her head. You said that all the registers about the existences of these heroes and Espers were erased, destroyed or decredited, so how do you own all these Esper-related things? And why are you so interested in them? At Sona's question, Liliana reveals a fox smile. Fufu, smart, you noticed it, huh? Well, I have contacts in the Esper community, that's all I can say for now. As to why the Espers, let's say that I have a special bond with them, guess it's just who I am. She then turns her back. If you don't have any more questions, we'll be leaving now, please refrain from having contact with Tatsuo-kun until I manage to talk to him, alright? How are we gonna do that if we are on the same class as him? She waves her hand. I'm sure you'll figure out a way, also, I don't think he's going to attack you while in school, secret identity and all. And I'll try to my best to contact him as soon as possible, so it won't be long. See ya. Liliana walks out of the door and Azazel-sensei follow after her and her peerage. Frankly, what a weird girl. Bucho sighs. I turn to her. Bucho, Sonakaishu, when you were talking you said that you knew this Liliana, but I never heard about her. Bucho puts her hand against her forehead and answers. I'm sorry about it Issei, but while doing research for the rating games even before you and Asia joined us we had already come across Liliana, after all, she participated of the youth rating games of the generation before us. Me, Sona and our peerages at the time watched her play against the other youths. So of course you and the others didn't knew about it. I see, so she participated in the games of the youths who came before us, right? This time it was Sona who answered. Yes, and she's even participating in the professional games now. I then remember Kiba's words to me. Hey, Kiba, didn't you said that she never lost a game? He nods his head. It's true, right Bucho? Right, so far she has only taken part in 5 games, 3 in the Youth League and 2 in the Pro League, but she had a landslide victory in all of them and was rated quite high, which is also a surprise considering how incomplete her peerage still is. 5 victories. WL, it's not a very large number, but I don't think we can say anything about it, so far we only fought in 2 rating games and we lost our first one. Attaining victory with only 4 pieces, and it said that she only used 1 evil piece for each servant. What? So her peerage is still that incomplete? It's not even halfway done and she already attained so much. Sonakaishu sighs. One of the reasons she was rated so high was because of the unusual powers and tactics of her peerage, now I know why. What? So the reason she was rated so high was because of the abilities of the Espers. Sona adjusts her glasses and answers. It would be foolish to say it was only because of that, even if it's a power that a devil has never seen, you are still going to lose or receive bad ratings if your team is not powerful and your tactics lack. Their mysterious power might have aided her, but it's wrong to attribute her victories only to that. It is said that she makes her servants work really hard and actually trains them, that must be why they are so strong even if they only required a single piece, well, maybe the fact that they are Espers helped on it too. Bucho agrees. Liliana is considered a genius even among high-class devils, unlike me and Sona, she had an devil's education, even so she was able to graduate from college at 16, by that time she had already members on her peerage. She graduated college at 16. Isn't she like a prodigy or a super genius? Wow, she really seems a hard-working girl. Rossweisse sounds impressed. Oh right, she was also a real hard student among the Valkyries, wasn't she? Guess that makes them alike. After that, she started participating in the raiding games. Many devils looked down on her because her team was composed of nobodies, but as you know now, she proved them wrong. I see. Well, Espers aren't known in the underworld after all, so of course her team would be looked down. When she received permission to have her own territory in the human world, she did something really drastic and choose an area far away from the territory of her parents. Some say it was because she wanted to prove that she can fend for herself, some say it was because of family issues, but no one knows the exact reason. But she managed to establish herself, and now she even has thriving businesses on her own territory. Her peerage is also taking part in the fight against the Chaos Brigade. I see. Well, if they are strong, then of course the underworld will ask them to join the fight. Bucho then lifts a finger as if reminded of something. Oh yeah, I've heard that she even used her own nickname in her main establishment. I tilt my head. Nickname? Rias nods. Yes, Liliana's nature has also rendered her a nickname like mine. Dark Devil. I hear Sona saying it in a serious voice. Dark Devil. That's one scary nickname. Yes, her fame of being a ruthless prodigy rendered her that nickname, though I think the color of her skin played a part on it too. I see. One of the first things that called my attention on her was her color too. Hey Bucho, is she related to Katlia Leviathan somehow? Since Kaicho mentioned her skin, I think it was a good opportunity to clear one of my doubts. But Bucho shakes her head. No, many people also used to think about it when she wasn't well known, but one of the Kame Families attributes is their darkened skin. I see, just like the Grimoire's crimson hair. So they are part of the 72 pillars. I hear Zenobia asking. Yes, there is a rank called Great President. It is the only house who doesn't hold a title that refers to classic nobility. They hold great influence in the underworld's matters, even if it's just acting on the backstage. Actually, they hold a great influence in this world as well. I'm surprised you never heard about her. She's famous in the human world as well. Yes, just like the Grimoire has business in the human world, Kame also has many investments in the human world. Because of that she has gained some fame in the human world as well. So there is something like that. They seem to be important people. I see, yet I still can't remember to have heard about her before. Bucho continues. Well, it's not a surprise, their businesses are aimed at a more grown-up audience. Grow-up audience? Ideas start to swirl up in my mind, so that's the kind of business that the Kame family commands? Ah, I really want to know it. Issei-senpai is making a pervert face. Gasper points it out. Was it that obvious? Sorry Issei, but it's not what you are thinking about. They are mostly involved with things like the gamble, smoking and drinks industry. Oh, I see, so it's that type of grow-up entertainment. I have no interest in that. Ouch. I feel an elbow in my ribs, Kaneko-chan. Pervert. Sorry, Kaneko-sama. Though I'm disappointed, I can understand it now. If she was involved with eki things in the human world I would have known her for sure, or at least Matsuda or Motohama would. We are the pervert trio after all. But if she's involved with things like that there's no way we would know about her. The door opens and Azazel comes back alone. He doesn't say anything and sits on a chair. Bucho crosses her arms on her chest and asks him. So they left? Yes. And what was decided? You don't have to worry about the Kageyama kid anymore. That girl might like to provoke, but she knows her stuff. Zenobia hits her fist against a desk and stands up. So we are going to just leave it to her? There's no way I can be satisfied with just that. Bucho, you understand me right? What he did to us. What he did to us was terrible Zenobia, I know, but what do you think I should do? Bucho answers firmly, but there is no anger in her tone. In fact, she seems really sad. I more than anyone want to take these deal in my hands, but I have to understand my limits, not only for myself but also for you. I nod my head. I understand Bucho. As much as it pains me, I know that as we are now, we have no chance against Tatsuo. A bad feeling, the same feeling of weakness that I had many times in the past shows up again, SHT. I had with this. I hate this feeling. Little by little everyone in the room nods their hands and agrees with Bucho's decision. Let's leave it to Liliana, alright Zenobia. Irina grabs Zenovia's hand. Alright, I understand. Zenobia breathes out and seems to have calmed down. We'll become stronger so we won't lose to the likes of him again, alright? I ask her and she gives a smile. Okay. Bucho then gives Azazel a mean stare. I can see that she didn't like the reunion so much, in fact I think none of us was satisfied with the result, after all. So, how did you two met? Azazel-sensei leans on his chair. It's funny actually, one day my investigation about sacred gears and her research about espers ended up leading us to the same place. During our conversations we discovered that I feel about sacred gears the same way she feels about espers. Guess people with weird obsessions tend to attract each other. Please don't say such a creepy thing so casually. I sigh and we all look at each other. So, what we gonna do next? Just as Bucho is about to answer me, all of our cell phones ring together. What's this? Everyone picks up their phones. An alert? What's the meaning of this? Hey Bucho, do you? I look at Bucho, but her face has gone pale. Seriously? Sona Kaishu has also an expression of disbelief. Honestly, at a time like this. What happened Bucho? She puts her hand against her forehead. The hero faction has arrived here. What? I exclamate with my eyes gone wide. The hero faction, a group of the Cows Brigade consisting of sacred gear users and descendants of the brave heroes, it has been said that they attacked other devil territories but they arrived here already? And in this situation? Sona sighs. They want to meet with us, they said they will be waiting for us in this address. Sona shows us Kuo Town's map on her phone, there's an area marked in red. Wait, why are they giving us their location? Saji asks her. Most members of the hero faction are sacred gear users, their leaders are sending their soldiers to territories belonging to devils and fallen angels in order to awake their balance breakers. Rias and I knew we would be targeted soon since we have the Sekirudii and Vritra with us, but to think they would arrive in this kind of situation. So that's their objective. They want to use me and Saji to unleash the full potential of their members. But should we really head there? Couldn't it be a trap? I ask Bucho. But what other choice do we have Ise? We can't leave them in our town. Yes. Bucho is right, even if it's a trap we have no other choice but to check it for ourselves. Looks like we ain't gonna get a break anytime soon. I sigh. Rias, do you have a problem with my peerage tagging along? Bucho nods her head. No problem at all, in fact it's better if we all fight together to get information about these new enemies. So what are we waiting for? I'm aching for a fight already. Bucho smiles at Zenovia's words. Alright, ORC and the student council, let's show to these heroes what the devils or Kuo Town are made of. Alright. Everyone declares loudly. I've decided, I'll take this feelings of frustration and use them to rise even higher. We might have lost to you Tatsuo, but we are still strong and we're going to become even stronger. Ah, it's night already. I spent so much time thinking about what should I do about Rias and the other devils that I ended up doing a bunch of nothing the whole day. Not even shopping, so when I went to make dinner, I realized there was no food. Right now I'm making my way back from the convenience store. It was the only place that was open at this time of the night, but it should feed me until I can buy more from the market. Hum. I can feel a surge of energy not very far from here, I can tell without a doubt that it belongs to them. Rias, Issei, and the others, yes, it's definitely theirs. Maybe they are fighting again. I want to resist the urge, but I really want to see what's happening. Maybe if I can help them, we can clear the misunderstandings. Well, even if not, I can still stay around and watch, right? I go towards the direction of the energies. An abandoned factory, in a currently deserted area of the town. Man, this sure is a depressing scenario. The energy is coming from the inside of the factory. I can feel the presence of other demons in there, as well as other energies. It must be their enemies. But something is not right. I go inside the factory, careful to not have my presence noticed. Boom! Ka! DMN, now this is a fight. Rias and her servants are jumping and flying around while shooting aura and swinging their swords. That Irina girl. She has her wings out, but unlike the others, they are not demon wings, they are made of white feathers and she has a halo over her head. So she's an angel. I knew that her holy aura wasn't normal. It's the first time I'm seeing an angel, but why is she fighting alongside them? Well, maybe it's just like I thought and these demons aren't bad after all. Freeze. Break. The members of the student council are also here. They are using new techniques like water beasts, a blonde boy using lines of energy and dark flames, and there's a girl who is using mirrors to reflect their opponent's attacks. All the demons from Ko Academy have gathered in this one spot. This enemies must be quite something. But the ones who they are fighting against. Who are these people? They don't seem like demons or anything of the kind. The enemies Figthing in the premise also use a variety of flashy attacks, bows of light, flames, and one of them manipulates the shadows to attack, defend and even send their attacks in other directions. Even so they are having a bad time. Not only they are outnumbered, they are severely lacking in power compared to the other side. I can sense their power, but most of all. No, that's not possible. I can sense they are human. What? No matter how I look at it, these guys are genuine, total humans. What the F? No, I can't let this happen. Listen Tatsuo, using your powers against people is wrong. Never do it unless to protect someone or if you have no choice left. Once, a smart man told me that it's okay to run away, so don't worry, fighting humans should always be avoided. Father's words ring into my head, I can't let them hurt humans. I look at the battle as it intensificates, aura assaults, elemental attacks and intense Figthing fill the abandoned factory. At this rhythm, these humans are going to die. No matter the reason, I can't let this happen. Dash. I charge in the middle of the battlefield, using my barriers to hold the attacks from both sides. Stop, everyone. Hold fire. The leaders from both sides yell and the attacks cease. I look at the devil's side, they have confused and scared expressions. Kageyama-kun, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious Issei? He's probably at the side of the hero faction. Zenobia exclamates. Hero faction. So these other guys are heroes? There are heroes in this town. Real heroes? Everyone be careful, that's Tatsuo Kageyama. A girl with short black hair and glasses says this. She seems to be the leader of the student council group. So that's the Tatsuo you guys were talking about, huh? He really does look scary. The blonde boy says, but I ignore his insult. What are you doing? Why are you attacking humans? I ask them. Zenobia steps forward. We heard everything about you. Esper, isn't it? No matter who you are, if you side with the hero faction you are our enemy. Zenobia, wait. Issei shouts. So they know I'm an Esper now. Who told them that? Was there someone spying on me? Well, not that it matters right now. Is it true, are you with the hero faction? Rias asks. I take a quick glance at the battered and injured humans behind me. Of course I am at their side. I am at the side of the heroes. Mom was hero, Auntie Fubuki was hero, I have friends and teachers who are or were heroes. I nervously turn towards the humans who are staring at us. Why you? Are you real heroes? Why are you here? One of them lifts a sword and says proudly. We are the hero faction, we are descendants of heroes and Yusha who are here to slay these devils. So it's true, well, there are heroes still working even after the decay of the Hero Association, but to think they would be in this town. Who sent you and why are you fighting these demons? Another man answers. Our leader has sent us and we are here to save this town. During all of history it has been the job of heroes to slay demons and dragons, we don't need a reason to kill them, evil existences are supposed to be terminated by us, our abilities are a gift to slay the evil. Heh, he. I laugh a little at this guy's words, it kinda matches a bit with my philosophy doesn't it? Truly, a hero doesn't need a reason to act against evil. I turn towards the demons. So that must mean you are enemies of the heroes, right? Rias folds her arms and answers. These so-called heroes are aligned with the Cows Brigade, you don't understand the situation, we have to eliminate them. What did she said? Eliminate them? So they are, killing heroes? Even you Angel-chan? I ask Irina in disbelief, even the angels are involved in this? She has a sad expression. Yes, but you don't understand, they are the evil ones. They are not real he dash. Shut up. My voice makes the devils and heroes alike freeze. No. No. Mom, Aunt Fubuki, Watchdog, Genos, Blast. So you are enemies of heroes? Ha, that's all I needed to hear. Nice demons. As if that could exist. I was fooled by their goodwill to each other, I was careless and naive. If it wasn't for these heroes, I would have let them run amok and they would be going around killing humans. I knew there was no way that there are good demons in this world. Maybe this is a punishment, a sign from God or the universe to show me how careless I was. Obviously someone like me wouldn't be able to live in peace when there are demons all over this town. This is what happens when you try to deviate from your responsibilities. But I won't commit this mistake again. Demons or angels, I won't let any threats to my family and friends live in this world. Hey heroes, please leave now, I'll take care of things. Huh, what are you saying? One of them asks. I told you to leave. Sometimes it's okay to run away. I make the whole building shake to show I'm serious. I am the son of Tatsumaki, you must know this name, don't you? Leave now or you will get hurt too. One of them makes a serious face and warns his friends. Let's leave, he must be a reinforcement from Office. I can see that he is strong, so let's leave it to him. Thank you, though I don't know who this Office is. A seal appears and they get ready to transport. I won't let you. Issei charges towards the heroes while Rias shoots a block of energy towards them. Don't touch them. I push Issei against the ground and block Rias' energy. Thank you, my friend. Is the last thing the heroes say before they leave. Finally, now I can fight without holding back. UBSTRD. Zenobia charges at me with her sword. I block it and push her away. I know that making heroes run away from a fight is something that shouldn't be done. I remember the words from that man. If the heroes run and hide, who'll stay and fight? Yes, heroes shouldn't run from a fight, but for now. 97%. Dawn. I throw Issei against Rias, who was preparing a new attack. Crack. And destroy the ice shards, bullets and swords that Kiba, Akino and rossweisse shot against me. 98%. Just for now, let me fight for them. Hey, you said that you know everything about me. So you must know that since there are no more civilians around, I can finally. 99%. I don't care about what happens anymore. Let my emotions take over. Strike first. Strike fast. Strike fiercely. The way of the Esper. Anger 100%. My aura grows and I unleash my full power. Die. So alright folks, that's all for today. Stay tuned for part 5. Do subscribe, like and share for more such videos. Also check out the story and author Esper-from-beyond on FANFICTIONnet. Press the bell icon to be notified first on release. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.